This is a radio station of the SDC Radio Networks. The music of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Thanks for listening.
Hey, this is your host, Kenny Smith, and you're listening to SDC Radio Networks, Rant and Rave, Smith Bits. And you know, with the Smith Bit thing, this is what I'm going to talk about. I guess some time ago, it was a blog post about radio stations. You know, one of the things that I did in college was take polls on college campus for this newspaper and for the local radio stations of what songs were playing in the neighborhood. And this is basically the story goes with how Smith Data Communications got it started, was that I printed up a top 10 list, a blank list of 10 spaces to put in your favorite song. And you put your name and your telephone number at the top. And you turned it in just like a ballot. Okay? So, with all the high schools I had up in the Antelope Valley, I got them all. And I'd mail out a listing and they'd send it to the Interclub Council and to, just the kids, just who would want to know what they were playing and what they were listening to. And I'd go and collect them from the teachers. And I'd compile them. And I was saying is that what I was compiling was nothing what was on the radio that we were playing at KUTY 1470 on your radio dial AM in Palmdale at that time. And they weren't playing nothing like what the kids was listening to. Nothing at all. It was like, okay. But as you can tell, I had to go out and do it again. And I think I did it again for about 3 times in a row. And I basically kept coming up with the same listening pattern of the same artists. So, Miss Catherine, who ran the radio station, she got a wind of my listing and set me down one day because I was an intern at the station at KUTY. Now, being an intern there, and I'll get back to why Miss Catherine set me down to talk to me, was that I did radio news briefs for the college, Antelope Valley College. And that was a gig I had offset from the newspaper. So I would go on the radio and I would do these, telecasts live at each one of the radio stations, So anyway, prior to that, I ended up getting hired by Mutual Broadcasting Company, the Mutual Broadcasting System, there in Lancaster, to do the college news and to do other local news. And on top of that, I also was a cub reporter for the old Sacramento Union. Alright, so my life was like really crazy. Plus I was in a rock band. Okay, so back to the radio station. What was the kids listening to and what was actually being played was night and day. So anyway, Miss Catherine set me down and she goes, "You've done this list 3 times. And it basically keeps coming back with the same artists. And we're not playing maybe just 1 or 2 of these artists." And I go, "Yeah, the Rolling Stones, the really pop stuff." She goes, "What if we start playing what the kids listen to?" I say, "Oh, the radio station will change. You get a bigger listening ship." I said, "And remember now, you can get the signal down on Hollywood Boulevard." I said, "So you can really make an impact real fast." And so she decided that this is what we were going to do. And she said, "We're just going to gradually start moving in these songs into the playlist." So, right off the bat, you start getting songs like Bob Seger's Ramblin' Gamblin' Man. That was a twist. Then you start getting songs by Steppenwolf. And then we started with Jimi Hendrix. Led Zeppelin. And before you know it, 1470 AM was one of the hottest stations in Southern California because we was playing what the kids were playing. We weren't playing what basically our parents liked anymore. She took FM radio to AM and made it mainstream. And I tell you what, it was no big deal to listen to Merle Fankhauser or even to Captain Beefheart, and the Magic Band, as well as a Frank Zappa, Reuben and the Jets. The radio station went crazy. So what happened in college, being associated with KUTY, I had an opportunity to pick a lot of bands to play at my college. I mean, a lot of bands. And they begged me if they could play at Antelope Valley College. My buddy was Denny Rosenkrantz of Mercury Records. He had the Flying Medicine Bear show. And I tell you what, it was good for everybody. I mean, on the Flying Bear Medicine show that we introduced at Antelope Valley College back in the day when I was a student there, and head of the publicity department and head of publications, sitting on the Associate Student Body Board. Can you imagine bringing in Rick Nelson the first time doing his song Garden Party? The band was Poco. Tina Turner. Ike and Tina Turner. Right? We got a chance to bring in, just a plethora of groups. All right. Oh, can you imagine? Eric Burton and the Animals. Whew. Sky Pilot. Oh, my goodness. And then come groups like, the Buddy Miles Express. Okay. Who later also became the Electric Flag. And then we had the McCoys, Hang On Sloopy, Rick Derringer, Lynn County, Howie Mandel. Wow. People that really never made it, people that made it. Other groups, the Loading Zone. We say Janis Joplin. Mother's Finest. Just getting started. Wow. Anyway, the power of radio. And I tell you, changing your monopoly on something is really unique. Like I was telling my daughters the other day, we've been getting sued a lot. And I'm right on the list with Spotify and me, SDC Digital. First of all, I've always thought of myself as a grain of sand on the beach with all the other little grains of sand. It gets in between your toes. And that's it. I never considered myself being big of anything. Big of nothing. Matter of fact, size really has no importance to me. I do what I love because I do it. Well, when you start getting sued with the big boys, you are no longer a pebble or a grain of sand. You're a big major rock and you're on the beach, right? And people lay on you, walruses and, and algae and fungi and tin cans and, people, they take pictures from you, dive from you in the water. So anyway, I realized that, man, I was a really big rock out there on the beach. Some people they chisel on you. So, they paint on you. Things happen, but that's what happens when you're big, right? So anyway, yeah, my mailbox still gets full, and I still get music from everybody all over the world. All over the world. And I'll reiterate that again. Music from everybody all over the world. Okay? So anyway, I'm not going to make anything crazy anymore. we're not just going to do what we want. We're going to do what we like. And I tell you what, I appreciate each and every one of you, and thank each and every one of you for being here for me.
This is a radio station of the SDC Radio Networks. The music of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Thanks for listening.
Oh yeah, Make It So by me, Jeannie Smith. At one time or another I used to do some singing. Don't sing much anymore, but I'd like to listen to some of the old songs. But anyway, I want to thank each and every one of you for hanging around and listening to me rant and rave about nothing. Anyway, it's pretty fun about radio today, wouldn't you say? Here we go.
This is a radio station of the SDC Radio Networks. The music of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Thanks for listening.
Oh yeah, thank you for listening. And by the way, I wonder what else I wanted to make mention right quick. Oh, I can't remember. Getting old. Oops. Anyway, hey, getting the Jeep together. We're getting it worked on. See ya.